Hello, my beautiful souls. Today, I am going to be walking you through the stages of self activation. And with this message today, I'm going to be streaming this on my podcast, but I'm also going to be putting this on a YouTube video because there's a graphic that I really want to show you to help you to visualize and really ingrain what it is that I am bringing to light for you to understand, not only conceptually, emotionally, intellectually, but also energetically, the raising of consciousness and the levels that you are shifting through when you start to take over the decision making process in your life. When you're going through a journey, now I want to context this from two perspectives. I want to context this from the perspective of self development, and I'm also going to integrate pieces surrounding, for those of you who are light workers and healers who are stepping into a new level of teaching for your clients and helping them to move through their own experiences as well. This is really important because as you go through self development in this space for you, energetically, personally, mentally, emotionally, physically, all the changes, there comes an understanding that is required for you to be able to really sit with and to wrap your mind around, because there will be people in your life, whether you're offering a service or not, or just having conversations with people around you, where they're going to want to know how you're doing what you're doing. So if I can teach you from the perspective through this session of what it is you're moving through, how you're moving through it, what the outcome is on the other side, the shifts and the changes, and then equally have a model for you to be able to look to, it becomes so much easier for you to reverse engineer, to share, and to spread the ripple effect, not only energetically, but also intellectually for others in your life when they inevitably will ask you how the heck you're doing what you're doing. Okay. So, first and foremost, before I show the image, is where we're at right now as a conscious collective, and this is important to understand before I break this down into a self-development experience, is we are learning that every single thing in our reality that we have taught to be true is a simulation and is an illusion. That can feel kind of disheartening when you start to pick up and understand that what you're seeing might not actually be true, what you're believing might not actually be true, what you're experiencing might not actually be true, and that at the foundational level of what you're experiencing is truly a program or a conditioning. Now, the benefit of going through self development, mentally, energetically, emotionally, physically, consciously, all the things, is that you take control of the programs in which you are operating. You break the chains, you free yourself from the molds, and you then start to become consciously aware of the choices, of the selections, of the programs, of the conditions that you then want to integrate into your own physical body so that you can ascend and accelerate your life into the space, containers, and manifestations of what you truly desire. So I am going to pull up a mold here for you, or a model to view. There we go. So this is my expression of a quantum model. And ultimately the expansion to your higher self. So if you're watching this on the podcast, I'll link this below for the YouTube video so you can go and check this out. But we always start off with the base, with the foundation of your energy, and that is your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is the space where you're operating out of programs and conditions. This is where you feel safe. This is where you feel control. And even though there are a lot of factors in your life of things that you don't desire, that you are learning that you're growing out of, that you're wanting to change and shift, that can be uncomfortable or unideal, you can predict almost down to a T what's going to happen tomorrow and the day after and the day after. You know what your experience is with money, you know what it is with health, you know what it is with relationships, you know who people are, you have things that you just accept, that you let go without recognition, even if they trigger you or annoy you or piss you off or whatever. But you're in a comfort zone, you're in a condition. And in this space, it is only limitation, because none of that condition or programming has been decided by your conscious self what it is that you actually value and what you want to keep. Now, not all conditions and programs are bad. And I say this and share this neutrally because when you become more consciously aware, more self aware through your personal development and your energy development, you can then evaluate what it is and how you operate, and if that is in alignment with you. So you'll take some and you'll leave the rest. And as you start to become aware of the things that you value and the changes you want to make in your life, and you start to question the reality in which you live and desire more, bigger, better, whatever that looks like, even if you don't know what that specific title of where you're going and what you want is, you just know that something's got to change. And somehow, in some way, you're going to figure out a way. This will then shift you into the fear zone because your nervous system already is programmed to create a specific amount of um, chemical reactions. There we go. There's the word in your body to stimulate and keep you into this state of being that is your comfort zone. So when you start to think, well, I actually don't appreciate the way that this person talks to me, and I want to stand up and speak my truth and really set boundaries, your mind is going to immediately go into, wait, what is she doing? I don't know what this looks like. We do not have a chemical concoction to create this experience yet. Where is she going with this? And so your nervous system starts to react in a way that makes you feel, because of lack of self-awareness and understanding of how you're interacting with your energy, that this is just you breaking free of your mold, you breaking free of the programs, you changing the experience that is held in your body. So we have two bodies. We have our physical body that is made up of our organs and our skin. It is the one that you see. It is the one that moves through this reality. But we also have a light body, and your light body is made up of your chakras and your aura. And your light body will climb the staircase of life faster than your physical body, especially when you start to decide on things that you want to change or you want to manifest into your life. So your light body will go there. And now your job is to create the experience and the energy shifts within your physical body to catch up to where your light body has gone. So as you are moving into this fear zone, as you're moving into this space, you create these experiences where you feel like you're not confident enough, or you can't do it, or judgment's going to get the best of you, or something along those lines, that you then have the choice to decide how much farther you're going to go, if you're going to push this limit that you are facing. And I argue that this is where geniuses are born, because in the fear zone, you really, through self-awareness and willingness, decide what it is that you are going to allow yourself, the standards you're going to allow yourself to be upheld by. You're hitting thresholds in your life. So the next state is, how willing are you to really take it to that next level, to take it to that next step? And through your continued self-work, awareness, meditations, the things that you feel calling to, the personal development, the reading the books, the setting the boundaries, the having the conversations, you move into this state called the learning zone. And the learning zone is where you really acquire a new skill, because this is where you learn to detach yourself from the reality, the programming condition that you first discovered that you're no longer in alignment with or available for. And this is where the winners are born. And I would equally argue bred. You can really use that interchangeably, because you're really rebirthing a whole new level of yourself. And in the fear zone, transitioning into the learning zone, this is where you start to realize that there's a lot of things that you can't take with you in your life. This is going to start off almost countlessly every single time with people in your life, because there are certain people who really helped you stay in alignment in your comfort zone. And then there's other people who helped you stay in alignment in your fear zone. And then there's other people who are going to help you stay in alignment in your learning zone. And then ultimately, as you step into your soul's purpose and your growth zone, there are going to be people who help you to accelerate and expand in that experience as well. Now, all of these are going to be interchangeable. As you grow and expand, you're going to continue to find yourself going through this process. The difference is the level of willingness you have to move through it, and your ability to shorten the refractory period of the emotional shifts that move through your system as you find yourself in a comfort zone. And then your nervous system kicks in and it goes, what is she doing? What is he doing? Why are we doing this? And then your ability to shorten the experience, that your thoughts take control over your being, is what gives you the skill to accelerate and quantum leap. So, going into the learning zone where you're acquiring this skill, where you're teaching yourself, you're retraining your mind, body, and ultimately your spirit to be in alignment and to catch up to where your light body has gone in the future, where your desires exist. Time is not of the essence. Time is an illusion, right? We're breaking out of the illusions, the conditions in our life. Time doesn't exist. So, though your light body may have gone to the future of what in the comfort zone seemed like 5 years ahead, the quicker you can allow yourself to move through this experience and the more confident that you get through your courageous actions will be the determining factor of the time that it takes you to get to where your light body is. That might actually only be 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. It might not end up being 5 years down the road of what you first initially thought it would be. When you're in the learning zone, this is the space where you really get to learn and you get to tune into reverse engineering the experience you're having. This is something that has been an incredible catalyst in my ability to help my clients receive self transformation and equipping them with the tools and equally the skills to allow them to do this work beyond just working with me. I am here to work myself out of a job, meaning that I get a deeper sense of gratification when I know that my clients do not need to re-sign with me. So I create 3 and 6 month containers, whether it's through high level programs, one-on-one options, or in the membership, if you're really just starting to come into this stuff, to learn how to do these things on your own. When I see someone not sign up for another month in the membership or not need another extension or desire another extension with our work together, I know that I have done my job, and this fills my soul so much because I am in that growth zone, that purpose. I'm creating it. And my job in this world is to help awaken people into their self sovereignty, into their soul's conscious experience, into their growth zone. And it is through the compassion, the neutrality that I teach, the energy containers that I hold, and the skills that I teach you to acquire that you cannot deny that you are this incredibly cosmic, expansive being. So, in the learning zone, reverse engineering what's working for you. You have to understand and be able to conceptualize what's working for you. Because for me, journaling, meditating, and doing certain things is what helps me. I have clients who really take in so much expansion and learning through just journaling. I have some that require a multitude of tools that they can then select from and move through. I have some clients that work really well with just deep trance meditations. So it's really dependent upon what's working for you. And on a new level of self, of soul, it might be a different tool, but being equipped with the tools so you know what to select, how to select them, and how to utilize them, and then equally teach yourself how you're doing this, the reverse engineer process, is what gives you the accelerated results, the quantum leaps. Now, for those of you who are light workers or healers desiring to be or recalibrating, calling in a new level of clientele, this process is what teaches you to position yourself as a teacher, as a mentor, as a coach. Even if you don't desire to coach, holding space in a psychic container, a mediumship container, in a healing container, where you can equally help your clients move through the experience that they're having while channeling through messages, is why people will continue to not only talk about you and spread the word of your work, but will equally be a ripple effect in their life with the people in their life, even beyond your sessions, and will equally be what creates loyal brand clientele, because they want to know how to solve their own problems. So if you can teach them how to solve their own problems through the work you're doing, you've won the lottery. It's really just a game of you continuing to move through this model and move through this experience and develop your own trust and faith in a new level, because you are a quantum being. And holding that energy gives your clients the evidence that they can do whatever it is that they are calling for themselves to. And so then you activate into the growth zone, the soul purpose, your creation of what you are calling in and desiring and manifesting and all the things. And in this space, you activate the cerebellum. And the cerebellum part of your brain is this state of being. When you have activated your cerebellum, it's no longer a question of how you're doing this or why you're doing this or what you need to do for this or what's over here or what's over there or all these things. You are in the manifestation. You have acquired the manifestation. And in that space, you made it. You did it. But because we are humans and we have desires and we have a free sovereign thinking energy that just wants to create an adventure, there will be something new. There will be a depth of something new. I once desired to have a family, achieved. I once desired to retire my husband, achieved. I didn't even know that I wanted to be able to run my own business, though I always knew I could never work for someone else. So you'd think two and two would fit together, achieved. I want to be the bridge and the gap between merging the psychological industry and the energy industry, working on it, moving through the comfort zone and finding my confidence, breaking through the programs and the conditions and the beliefs that tell me who the heck am I to do that, moving into the fear zone where I feel like I have a lack of confidence or a lack of knowledge, or I don't know how I'm going to achieve that, continuing to develop on my practices that I have reverse engineered in the learning zone to help me to continue to acquire my skills and to move forward and take the actions needed and necessary to ascend and align into that next level of my acquired soul purpose zone. That's it. It's as simple and as complicated in that. And the difference is your willingness to move through the stages, to move through the steps, and to continue to show up and do the work, even when it doesn't look like it's going to work out, even when it doesn't look like you have the evidence to support this thing you're calling in, even when the judgments and the external noise and the breaking free of the conditions feels overbearing, even when you continue to decide and bet on you, you will change your life. That's it. I'm going to invite you to save this, to take notes on this, because this is your answer. This is your answer. Spirit channeled this through. I am helping you bridge the world and the gaps between the reality in which you no longer desire to be in and the reality in which you desire to be in. This is the answer. This is the model. This is the steps. But your job is to figure out and find and navigate how you do that for you. So I hope this lands deeply in your soul. I hope this provokes something within your mind, heart, and body. And I can only hope and pray and send the conscious, clear connection for you to be able to move through this so that you can experience your soul's purpose too. It is a disservice to humanity that we are not born into this. But you know what's really incredible about that statement in of itself is that the more we allow ourselves to do this, the more we allow ourselves to step into our soul's truth, and the more we rebuild this system where these things become the foundational principles that we learn in our societies. We aren't supposed to look the same. We aren't supposed to do the same. We aren't supposed to think the same. We aren't supposed to believe the same, because if we did, we would be a robotic society. And human beings are so interconnected and intricate and so incredible in their own experience that I am so grateful to have found this level of my soul's purpose and journey so that I can continue to help you move through yours too. I would love to hear your thoughts. Screenshot, share this, tag me on Instagram at Rylee June. And I would love to know from you what you are breaking free of right now. What mold are you breaking free of for you? Because you can do it. I want to celebrate alongside with you. And I want you to know that you're truly capable of going the distance for yourself, even when it looks like it's not going to work out. All right. Sending you so, so much love.